One of the most powerful things I have learned as a witch is that while people can petition the gods for aid and the gods can affect your mental state and they can affect the way that you relate to your energies and to your thoughts, if you really need things done, if you really need to commune and change your life, you're going to have to work with the spirits of the land and the elementals. The elemental beings, the wind, the rain, the grass, the water, all of these beautiful physical emanations of source consciousness exist around us for a reason. And they all have different reflections of who we are in them. So let's say that you find that you are experiencing a lot of drama in your life. That's water elemental imbalance, right? You're having a lot of emotions. You're drowning in emotions. You're having people around you weighing you down with their emotions, and you are just don't understand why. So find a water source that you live near, a river, lake, ocean, even when it's raining, and commune with the water. Ask the water elementals, what can you do to change? How it can help you. We don't push the elementals to serve us. We are not petty little tyrants here. We are here to commune. Magic is more about alignment than it is actually power and dominance. And this is where a lot of Western magic goes astray and causes a lot of problems for people. Magic, true magic, changing your reality, changing your health and your vitality and staying youthful and staying strong, staying balanced. That is about negotiating with the elemental forces in your life and aligning with them. And often that means that you have to be humble and make sacrifices. I'll give you a good example. I was talking to a good friend of mine today about where I live. I live in this very specific place in the Colorado Rockies that is a very extreme environment. And when I first came here, I had a lot of problems. Like I just was struggling with my health. I was struggling with a lot of drama. I was also struggling with employment and the cost of living. And I could not find a balance. I could not figure out how to live here well. And I had very little resources. So what I did is I just started hiking in the mountains. I started giving offerings to the land spirits, the spirits of the mountain, the spirits of the river, the rivers and the ponds and the creeks and the mountain lakes. I started giving offerings to the stones and gathering stones and meditating with them. And I started seeing the mountains as my teacher. And as I began to commune with the mountains little bit by little bit, they showed me my arrogance, the arrogance of my ancestors, of how entitled I was to come here and exploit the resources. And there aren't a lot of resources here at the base of an arid desert. Like I'm at like where a desert meets the mountains. And so there is not a lot of water here. So you need to conserve water. You need to contribute to the water table. You need to honor the water that does come through the snowfall and through the snowpack. And also you need to honor the fire. You need to honor the difficulty of the mountains. And little bit by little bit, the mountains humbled me. And I became humbled and I started to align with the mountains. And the more I aligned with the mountains, the more I was able to live here in peaceful harmony. I was able to find the resources, a place to live, a job that supports me, people and my community that I can count on. It took time, but it was because of the land spirits. It was because of the elemental forces here. Unfortunately, in the West, we are inundated with the arrogance of the spiritual realm. We are inundated with that we think gods can solve everything. But the thing is, the gods have to negotiate through the land spirits in order to actually make anything happen. And if we are not negotiating and aligning ourselves with the land, we are in chaos. And the chaos will follow you. It will follow your descendants. So wherever you live, you are a responsible spirit in a living body there. Make your life in alignment with nature. And once you're in alignment, then you get the knowledge to make the right choices. Now, sometimes alignment doesn't look pretty. It might mean living differently than you expected. It might mean not having a car. It might mean not having a big fancy house. It might mean a little bit of hardship. But that is the land. It's here to teach you. Everywhere we live has an opportunity to teach us. And unfortunately, the arrogance of our modern living is we take a lot of these things for granted, our plumbing, our heating, our cooling. But nature is just nature, and we were always supposed to work with it. So this is where I realized the focus of my magic needed to be with the elemental forces, with the land, with the spirits that govern the very cells of our body. Those are the spirits we connect with. Gods, yes, we honor them. We try to do best as we can. But ultimately, it is the land that we are responsible for and accountable to. And every religion that does not acknowledge this reality will eventually crumble and fall. Because we can't do anything if we are not material. If we do not honor the material world around us, what we have will disintegrate time after time. So to make something eternal, make it being accountable to the land you live on.